action. The South Carolina Gamecocks now will begin the process of determining whether they're #1 in the SEC. And the Florida Gators would like nothing more than to pull off the upset in this SEC Network basketball game. Underway in the SEC opener between South Carolina and Florida. Florida wearing throwback jerseys tonight, honoring the 97-99 Florida Gator teams. Paopao, who has been such a difference maker for South Carolina this year, to Kitts. Chloe Kitts, first jumper's off the mark, and another talented freshman. So many this season, Tamika, across the country. Layla Reynolds, number 13 in white.
And Chloe Kitts was the person that just shot the ball on the other end. You saw her, but sophomore came in freshman year for South Carolina. Mathara with the first shot for the Gators.
South Carolina's starting five been pretty consistent. Paopao, Hall, Johnson, Kitts, and Cardoso. But Dawn Staley's bench is one of the best in the nation, and the stats back that up. Johnson trying to get loose. And no one's made a basket so far. Rimdahl has it stolen away by Johnson. And that's the first bucket of the game. Nice steal by Raven Johnson.
Well, one thing I don't think we give South Carolina enough credit for is the way that they play defense. They are doing a great job holding teams right now to 49.8 points per game.
Boom! The longest tenured coach now in the SEC. She's averaged 12.2 wins per season in conference play, which is the highest ever for a coach with at least 2 years. And that is just scratching the surface, not only what she means to South Carolina, but to basketball. Johnson again off the glass. And Raven Johnson, Mathara, not a natural point guard, but has transitioned to that role for Kelly Ray Finley this season.
And I think the interesting thing is when you start looking at most of these players, and Paopao wide open three.
She has made at least 2 threes in every game so far this season, and it has really transformed to playing South Carolina tonight. Foul's going to be on Bree Hall. Kelly Ray Finley, second full season as the head coach. Took her team to the NCAA tournament when she took over that initial season. Last year took this program to the quarterfinals of the NIT. But right now, Charlie Cream has moved Florida into the NCAA tournament in good position early. Correa.
That was a great screen, great out-of-bounds play, but Correa does a good job rubbing her man off the defender, off the screener, in a wide-open look.
Florida had missed 4 shots in a row. Paopao, why not? He's already hit the 2 threes she's had in every game so far this season, and we haven't even played 5 minutes. Mathara with the take and the reverse.
That's an interesting play right there. I thought Cardoso would come over and help out, but let Mathara go down, and Raven.
Yes, really good video of her on YouTube, all that she did over the summer to get ready to come into South Carolina. Here she is again. Paopao, 3 behind the 3-point line.
Right now, South Carolina, Paopao really putting the team on her shoulders.
Mathara off the mark. And right now, South Carolina's rolling. They've made 6 of their first 10 shots. They struggled in the first quarter against East Carolina last weekend. And the foul called against Jariah.
South Carolina, great job. Raven Johnson, Paopao, ready to knock it down anytime. South Carolina up 15-6.
She's getting a breather right now, Kat. She's not in the game at the moment. Raven Johnson will be on the free throw line. Johnson only averages 9 points a game, and she's already scored 7.
Looking at one of the questions we asked Coach Daly is, as you're getting ready for conference play, what is the most important thing? And you want to stay within the flow of what you've been doing, but also you're building. This is now the second season, so 12-0 from the first season. Now you're entering the SEC conference play, second season, and then you'll get to the third. And
a block by Watkins, up the floor, easy layup for Wiley. So the South Carolina bench, for the most part, is in right now, Tamika, and this is one of the best substitutions. Correa gets stuck. Matharo open for 3. In and out. Did everything but fall down.
Well, I think one of the things Florida has to do, they got to figure out a way to attack the basket. I think they're settling for a lot of shots and moving the ball around the perimeter, but they've got to attack Cardoso.
A 9-0 run right now by South Carolina as they try to make it 11, and that's just too easy. Cardoso uncontested. Duke setting the screen, and it's going to get called for a foul. Let's go back to that last block leading to the layup.
Look at this drive. Correa thought she had an open look, and Watkins came out of nowhere. Finished the break for Wiley down low all the way to the basket.
So you know what Watkins' nickname is, don't you?
Tell me.
Swatkins.
Did you make that up, or is that for real?
No, some Diana Caval gave me that. So.
South Carolina now without Cardoso on the floor, and nice drive.
And Layla Reynolds, McDonald's All-American, one of the highest rated recruits. And a reminder that coming up next, we keep going. Doubleheader rolls on in Baton Rouge. Reynolds uncharacteristically missing those free throws. For Wiley. Got loose, scored.
Well, if Wiley attacked the basket, attacks her own player, Correa trying to get in.
Open look. Yes! Jariah Warren. So a dominant first quarter by South Carolina as Johnson just keeps pouring it on. 10 points now, all here at the start of the game.
Well, we'll have to take another look at that play because Fagan set a really nice screen to allow that wide open look. Small things that make a big difference.
Matharo keeps firing. Pumped up over there on the bench. She's had a rough start shooting. Nice take, and there's Zippy Broughton. Broughton up the floor to Reynolds, and Reynolds with the layup. I love it, though. Reynolds is another one of those exciting freshmen in the SEC. And foul on the way up. Bree Hall's going to go to the free throw line. Bree Hall, anyone who thinks I'm serious, they should know better. Not started the way they wanted. They have not, of course, been in school all week and have been here getting ready for this game.
One of the things when you're playing and you're going against number one. And
from Ellenwood, Georgia. Had a good game against East Carolina. That's who South Carolina played last. Both teams have had a game since the break. Correa getting Florida program positioned well for the future. Matharo will be back next year. They've had an outstanding recruiting season as well. Players coming in. Paopao. Oh my goodness.
Well, she's been on the bench. She just got back in the game, but anytime you got a player that just hit 3 threes in a row and you go underneath the screen for that fourth 3.
All of her points have been threes. Nice pass by the freshman Reynolds over to Kyle for the finish. Kyle, a true center. Johnson on the way. 2 Johnsons for South Carolina. That's Tessa. Fouls on Reynolds, her first. A McDonald's All-American. She actually won the 3-point shooting contest at the All-American game. Looked pretty good on the free throws. Final seconds of the quarter. There was a travel on the play just before Broughton, and they're going to add 0.4 of a second after the Broughton travel, and that'll do it. So now we can officially say the first quarter's over. Plays with that edge on the court, which is what you want, especially when you play for Dawn Staley. Correa probes and scores. Good this quarter. Matharo not in to start the quarter. Matharo the leading scorer for the Gators. And Kyle going to bring it up herself. Broughton got tangled up with Johnson in the backcourt. No whistle, though. Blocked by Watkins this quarter, but they scored 32 points in the first quarter.
As you watch South Carolina go and Paopao, she realized they were out of shape. They definitely do not look out of shape right now. I'm looking at some of the players just zooming up and down the court, and Florida on the other end, some players are getting a little bit winded.
Well, Correa's had a good start to the quarter. 4 points for her in this quarter. And it's a much different looking Florida team to start the second quarter, and there's Johnson. Zippy Broughton makes a lot of people smile when she's on the floor. She's such a likable player. That was her with the ball. A lot of people happy to see her back on the floor. And Correa shakes her shoulders a little bit. Love it.
Giving a nice little matchup right here. Johnson started off really hot, on fire. Now you get a chance. Great pass.
This is certainly a new team for her. Rimdahl rims out. But this is also a very fun group. She's loving coaching this group. Chloe Kitts misses Duke with a rebound. Double team and throws it away. It's on a big time commercial right now. I'm not sure. I don't know if I can say the brand or I'll get in trouble. So, nice reverse by Johnson.
South Carolina just so good.
So if your name is Johnson tonight, you're having a good game. And so is Correa.
Well, Correa now with 13 points and 13 much-needed points for Florida, because without her point production, this will be a different game.
Good denial defense. Yeah, Correa's 6 of 9 shooting in this game. Johnson guarding her close. Gonna shoot the three. Oh my! Correa is on fire.
Well, you'll probably start to see South Carolina switch up some of their defensive themes and different players on different people, but
Mathara, nice step back. Still not feeling it yet. Kitts, touch pass up the floor to Johnson. And then Kitts grabbed the rebound and got fouled from behind.
I definitely agree with Warren. Move Mathara to the 2 so she can focus on getting her shot going. With every single lineup that South Carolina puts out there, you're trying to figure out who are you helping off of, and Correa comes down. She is on fire.
So it is the Correa Paopao 3-point shooting contest tonight. And Correa hasn't missed. Paopao's 4 of 5 for South Carolina. Correa 3 for 3. Nice look inside. Cardoso with a finish. Points in the paint, 26-12 in favor of South Carolina. That, of course, would be a big factor. Both coaches knew it coming in, trying to keep South Carolina out of the paint. Rimdahl pushing it to Correa. Correa, she cannot miss right now.
Correa right now, 21.
Watkins shooting over Reynolds. Kyle almost had the rebound, but Cardoso wrestled it away from her and then traveled.
Scrap and scrap and scrap, and coming into this game, she said, look, we don't have any pressure. We're going against the #1 team in the country. All we have to do, we just want to play. We want to obviously give them a good game, but the pressure is not on us, and you see that.
Kyle, and believe it or not, first bucket of this quarter by anyone other than Correa for Florida. She had scored all their points until then. Under a minute to play in the half.
We kind of figure, at what point would somebody else have to step up and make a play?
Correa leaning in, missed. South Carolina can get the last shot. 3 on the way. Yes! Buried by Bree Hall. So back here in Gainesville, the Gamecocks, #1 team in the nation, up 48-34 as we get ready to start the third quarter. And we welcome you back, everybody. Sam Gore along with Tamika Catchings. And that score is a little deceptive.
Oh, you see right there, Paopao, 14 points, 4 for 5 from the three-point line. And you know, you look at the percentages, 53%, but what I think about is just how active South Carolina is. Started the game really aggressive. Raven Johnson started the game really aggressive. Other players have kind of sprinkled in between, and that's what South Carolina does so well.
It's actually Florida's bench that helped bring them back, and they go inside right away. South Carolina does. Kitts misses a couple of attempts. Reynolds with the rebound and will push it.
Well, they're trying to get Kitts going. She only has 1 point. Raven Johnson to the basket.
Paopao into Kitts, and fouled from behind by Reynolds. Kitts 2 for 3 tonight. Header for you right here on SEC Network. It's men's game. Reynolds working on Kitts. Both teams struggling right now to score right out of halftime. Johnson with a steal. 2-on-1 to Cardoso for the layup. Matharo running the point will throw in the inbounds play. No free throws on that foul. Rimdahl quickly shooting. Paopao.
One thing about South Carolina is, you know, and Paopao
knocks that down easily.
Sometimes she can be a little deceiving, and Matharo finally getting a somewhat of an open look and not able to knock it down.
Yeah, Matharo just 1 of 10 shooting. She's the leading scorer for Florida and second leading scorer in the conference. Hall with the runner. Ray Finley is so impressed with how Matharo has embraced that role and sought to learn that position. Busted up inbounds play. South Carolina trying to take advantage. Shot is missed, but the foul's going to be on Matharo.
Point blank, get the point guard, pick the pocket, but that last
one. Her career highs have come this year, which for your coach, you love. Matharo, in and out. Paopao, eyes looking up. Cardoso puts it in.
A lot of teams can't hang with South Carolina because not only you got your starting 5 here, but then you look at the bench, and when those players come in the game, the speed picks up a little bit more.
Yeah, this South Carolina, #1 in the nation in the rankings, #1 in the power rankings on ESPN.com. And Kitts steps through and buries it.
As Kitts continue to get stronger, those shots will get easier and easier for her.
Reynolds has her shot blocked. Kyle, though, cleans it up and sticks it. This South Carolina team starting on top here in 2024 is the #1 team in the country and looking like it, too. Hall gets fouled on the way to the basket.
Yet you see the intensity go up a little bit more. You see the drive on the inside and on the outside.
Don Staley, C8 right now. That comes out every Tuesday. Rimdahl missing the 3. And the normal sharpshooters for Florida just have not gotten going tonight. Rimdahl would be in that category for sure, one of their best 3-point threats. Cardoso dominating in the paint. Rimdahl. Kyle. Use the arm.
Kyle's been playing well for Florida. Previous game tonight, she's trying to figure out how to get those post up.
Well, that was a break for South Carolina. Full Wiley shoots the 3. Missed. Hall with the offensive rebound and sticks it in.
That's interesting. The hot hand was Leilani Correa, and I have not seen her take a shot. Brody Rimdahl finally gets it to fall down.
Rimdahl, one of their best 3-point threats, makes the first one of the night, and then one of the most talented freshmen in the country as well. Warren goes down the lane, throws it away.
Super fast up and down the floor, but you can see it mostly in the Gators.
3 on the way. Nothing but net by Bree Hall. Correa Here we go.
Having these moments.
3 on the way from Johnson. Oh, what a rebound by Watkins. 23 points. 21 of them came in the first half.
Hasn't really had a lot of looks, and Watkins.
Yeah. Saugus looking to get it in. Correa missed. She'll go to the free throw line. We'll be taking on number 14, Ohio State. Coverage will begin at 8:30 Eastern. Always streaming live on the ESPN app as well. But Friday Night Heights, must-see TV on Fridays. SEC gymnastics, one of the most
struggle scoring. They need her to score. They'll find more ways coming up in the future games.
Matharo gets called. Gets the foul called as she goes. She was at Mississippi State and Texas. Look good on the free throws. And we are about to end the third quarter for Wiley from half court. Florida's shooting 32%, but they held Florida to 4 of 20 shooting in that third quarter. We're underway, final 10 minutes here in the SEC opener for both these schools. Big night in the SEC that continues after us with LSU and Missouri. Duke, nice.
Long sport.
Yeah, for Wiley, taking it, misses. Cardoso had it, lost it, correct.
All night trying to get shots, trying to get in. In South Carolina, they're longer, they're stronger, they're quicker. You've got to move the ball and be able to find those open looks.
For Wiley, taking it all the way. Lost her shoe as well. Saugus gets Cardoso off her feet, and Watkins with another block. Broughton looking to get it in. Reynolds, catch and shoot, got it. Gators trailing by 25 right now. Nice take by Johnson. This Florida team will go to Vanderbilt next. Correa knocks it down. And
I think they got to go back to Correa. They got to keep doing that dribble weave, but while you're doing the weave, you also have to attack the basket to force South Carolina to guard you up there.
That was Correa's 4th made 3 in the game. Johnson all the way to the basket and just shot clock under 5. There's another block by Watkins. Broughton takes it in and misses. And then Cardoso reaches up.
Used the arm.
Watkins now 6 blocks in this game. Has the ball and sticks it in, gets around Broughton. Be interesting to see what this performance does to that statistical ranking. Now pushing it up the floor is Jaw. Sanaya Jaw. Reynolds backs it out. Warren. And with South Carolina's depth, it's going to be a problem for people all year because they literally sub in and have no real drop-off. Cardoso has the 7th double-double of the season with that bucket.
And I think she'll be coming out of the game a little bit after that.
Reynolds with the floater. Cardoso also excellent passing big as well. 3 on the way from the corner, off the mark from Jaw. For South Carolina waiting to get in, it'll be Sakima Walker's first appearance in the game when she comes in.
Right now, Correa playing the point guard. Both Zippy and Matharo on the bench. Kyle.
Yeah. I thought you said you couldn't do.
Read your mind.
Johnson going to work, kicks it out to Johnson.
Back to Johnson.
Yeah, can't go wrong. 100%. And it's Raven Johnson. Correa's had a career night. It's been the bright spot for the Gators. Leaned in and drew the foul on Jaw. Correa has been the bright spot. And 4 threes.
Te-Hina Paopao being an example. You got players in that are going to be graduating. You're going to have these moments in games where you'll be able to put some players in, and Matharo were able to get the...
Yeah, it's a 25-point game. Silver lining for Florida is that South Carolina has averaged beating their opponents by 41 points a game. So that's not happening. For Wiley. South Carolina team's just so good. Matharo. And so is this Florida team.
Ray Finley, and she said, I'm really excited about what this team is capable of. You're going against the #1 team in the nation. And I feel like Florida, for the most part, they have a lot that they can gain and learn from this.
Watkins kicks it out to Johnson. And Walker traveling. Broughton takes it in, and she'll go to the free. Had been on Watkins. Right after this game, we'll go to the studio and then out to bat. LSU, the defending national champion. Good take by Jaw, off the glass.
Every single player attacking the basket.
Matharo took it in.
They're driving in to get the foul call rather than driving in to finish the play.
Yeah, that's a good point. Matharo knocks down the three. For Florida, brighter days ahead, I'm sure, as for Wiley has a 2-on-1 break. Busted up by Correa as we play the final 20 seconds of the game. Zippy Broughton putting up the three. And the rebound by Walker, and they're going to run the clock out. So South Carolina, #1 in the nation, hoping to be #1 in the SEC when all is said and done. A good start to conference play.
Well, South Carolina just so dominant. 89-66. They shot 50% from the field goal, 40% from the three-point line, 87% from the free throw line, and the list goes on and all the positive things that they did.